and all those other nights. So we're going to come into our studio and see Paul Krause and Ebeneazor is here with us this morning from the Christmas Farm Inn. And Paul, I'm going to jump to you first just to give you a chance to give a quick explanation of why Ebeneazor is here.
Ebeneazor is the storyteller extraordinaire. He is at the Christmas Farm in our historic barn building to share everything that he knows about the valley, his long-term relationship. You go back to Moses, don't you? No, his long-term relationship. He's a little old, but he's going to share that with everybody that wants to come at 6 o'clock of how Jackson and Santa's daughter Holly played a very important role in the history of his trip around the world.
Yeah.
So is that true, Ebeneazor? You know all the history, huh?
Well, from my memoirs, you know, I've had several of the elves that were involved in the original project were related to me, and I took their accounts and put it all down. And after getting so many people or hearing hints of the mystery of, was there a toy shop, or I figured I'd put it all to rest and write out a nice story that the kids would enjoy, and get some of those facts out there.
So I understand there's more history. We've known about the Christmas Farm Inn for years. We know about, in Jackson, all the great things about the Christmas Farm Inn, what a great inn it is. They've got a spa, but there were things going on years ago that we didn't quite know about, just kind of mysteries.
Yeah, before it was the inn that it is today, it was home to, well, I don't want to give too much away just yet, but suffice to say, Santa's daughter was involved, and some elves, and some slaves, and some of the children of the neighborhood. Well,
well, they've always talked about the fact that up in Jackson that they used to see people who they thought were elves, kind of just out in town.
That was part of the mystery that people wanted to have explained, and so yes, we had a couple of crews over there that were working on. Well, Santa had a little mishap with his sleigh one night. And of course he needed a new one and didn't want to go way back up to the North Pole to get it fixed. So he set up shop here, and now I can let that be known to the world.
And so if I want to find out about this, though, because you're telling me something, you're not going to you're not spilling all the beans this morning, I can tell. So how do I find out about this?
Well, I do much better when I have an audience to actually relate the story to. And so we've set up some shows, Paul and I here.
6 o'clock tonight, 6 o'clock Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday during the Polar Express. So the last one will be Sunday the 20th. It is $5 at the door. You get to hear Ebeneazor in person. Bring your cameras. The barn is magical. All the children that were there yesterday walked in and went, we got a 5-foot nutcracker. We got the snowman factory. And of course the star, Ebeneazor, so you can get your picture with all of that. We have some trees for you to decorate afterwards. We have some coloring you can do. So it's a great family night. Spend a little quality time doing just fun things. And by the way, you learn a little history from the man himself.
You never know. I don't think the fellow that wrote that "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" thought it would get so big. This might get to be a big story.
Never can tell.
There you go.
You don't know.
There you go. And this is the first year that Ebeneazor has made his way down and telling the story. Isn't that true?
Yes, it is. I finally decided I'd team up with the Christmas Farm Inn personnel, and they wanted to know. And, well, we put together the story, and well, you'll hear it if you come by and see the show.
There you go. So it's running tonight, as you said. This will be the second night.
Yes.
And then nothing tomorrow night, nothing this Sunday, but then jumping into next Thursday.
Every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at 6.
That's awesome. So do you need to get tickets ahead of time or reservations?
You can just walk in on the door. The barn is plenty big. The more the merrier. The children just gather right around Ebeneazor, and he tells them all about it. And it becomes interactive. We had a few questions yesterday.
Sure. We had a picture.
Ebeneazor handles well with the children. It's like, oh, really? Now that's an interesting question.
Yeah, and the children yesterday got into the whole theme of the pajama party, which was very interesting. It was neat.
Well, that's great. Now, is there any other one little teasing fact you want to throw out to us? One more of them? Just kind of hook us in. You got anything you want to?
Well, I don't want to give too much yet. But I tell you, some of the kids that were around back then met some very interesting friends in the elves. And
How about we tease them with one thing?
oh, what's that?
There's something behind you that maybe.
Oh, you mean that?
Oh, no.
Oh.
All right, don't go any further.
There you go.
All right.
Don't spoil any of that. Well, that sounds great. So that's happening up there at the Christmas Farm Inn Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sundays until December 20th, except for tomorrow night, not this Sunday, so don't show up tomorrow night.
Right.
And if you show up tomorrow night, you just get to say hi to Paul. So
It's open to the public, and the more the merrier.
well, that's
for sure.
awesome. And Paul, you had something else you wanted to throw out for us.
The Christmas Farm Inn has a Christmas present for all RSN viewers. We have purchased Thursday night Polar Express tickets. People have come from out of town. It's a little difficult for them to go on a Thursday night, so here's your chance. Grab the phone, 383-4313. 383-4313 for Thursday, December 3rd, and also Thursday, December 10th. Limited amount, but if you call right now, they'll take your name, number, credit card, process the tickets, and mail them to you, so you have plenty of time. So if you have not won a lottery, the only one I won was the draft in 1969. But that's okay. You just won the lottery, so call the Christmas Farm, and you could get to go to the Polar Express.
That is awesome, and we all know the Polar Express is a great thing going on here in the Valley, so want to encourage anybody to do that, and tie it in with the Ebeneazor night too. I mean, combine the two of them together, and you've packed it in for either a night or a weekend.
Can't get any more Christmas than that.
No, you can't. So, Paul, Ebeneazor, want to thank you for joining us here down at the RSN Live studios, and I know you've got to be heading north now, Ebeneazor.
He's got to rest.
He's got to rest. And want to thank you for that. And, of course, we'll be back here in a minute on RSN Live here in RSN North Conway.